Yo, 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 echo, 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 echo. Big up, people. It's Jason Gooner. We're back in the studio, and tonight we have the preview show of the EPL Week 13. We have some big matchups this week. We're going to discuss all the games coming up this week. Of course, the big one this week, people. First versus second, father versus son, blue versus red, North London Derby. Well, not North London Derby, but London Derby. Arsenal, first place, headed to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, second place, both with big wins in the Champions League this week. So you know it's going to be a cracker on Sunday. I think midday kickoff, right? Yeah, man, it should be a wicked game on Sunday. So we're looking forward to that, and we're gonna close off the analysis and the picking of the games with that one because that's the last game for the weekend. But we're gonna go through all 10 games as we always do. Look at some press conference material, see if we can get any clues about players that might be fit, ready to play again, players that are not quite ready to play, players that are gonna be last minute game time decisions because you know man's play FPL as well. So anybody else that play FPL, you don't know, this is a good spot to get all your news and see what are going for the players. Yeah, man. So people, this is a YouTube show. Yes, this is Jason Gooner TV is the channel. So what you can do to support me is a couple of things. You'll see them scrolling across the screen all night. Like, share, and subscribe. It's very simple, very easy. The best thing about all three of those things, they're free. Won't cost you a dollar. Now, if you want to support past those three things, you also have the option of becoming a member to Jason Gooner TV. It's $1.99 to become a member. It's a monthly fee, and basically it's just a way to show your support to the channel, make sure that we always can keep bringing you the content week in, week out, day-to-day basis when we can. Yeah, man. And of course, you can also drop your comments in the comment section in the form of a super chat. That's another way to just show your support to the channel. We are 2,200 and going strong, people. So I just want to big up each and every one of you that have subscribed to the channel recently. My long time subscribers, big up to Uno as well. And you know my thing, people. Football is going to reign supreme here always. So we're there. We're gonna break down some ball game. And yeah, man, tune in. We're going to go through the scores. So please do drop your score predictions tonight. All the regulars, them you know the things set already. We're gonna go through and discuss the games. By the time we go through the game, then basically at the end, we will have compiled all the scores. If you can't stick around tonight because you're just a little busy tonight and you just don't have the time to stay for the show, that is all good. Just leave your comment in the comment section underneath the video, or you can leave it in the live chat and I will document it with the rest of the scores them. All right. Also, if you follow me on IG, any other platform, just drop it anywhere. If you remember my Discord, big up Thomas already put his scores in the Discord. Yeah, man, you can just drop them anywhere because on a Friday night, Saturday morning, I check all those things just to see if anybody else sent me in. So anybody that doesn't get to tune into the channel and they still participate in the predictions by sending me the scores on other platforms, big up to you lot as well. Just make it more challenging for you to get the win. Yeah, so we really do appreciate the participation. All right, so we have 10 matchups this week, and this is going to be a busy week in the Prem because I believe there are midweek fixtures as well this week. Yeah, there are midweek fixtures this week. Yeah, so we'll have matches Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week as well. So this is one of the first time, I think this might be the first time this season where we've had this, where we have the midweek fixtures for the Premier League as well. Maybe somebody else can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first week of that. But people, while you're not into the building, just make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I am just prepping the big board, getting the games down here on paper. Don't fill in most of the regulars them name already, so that part that go easy. But I never actually put the games. Some of us they look on the games and when them going to fall, I did my research before the show, so I know which games we're playing, but I just never realized where in the week they would be. Okay, so there's a game at 3 o'clock Saturday. That's gonna be right when Jamaica playing at 2. So I won't be seeing Everton, Newcastle, or Tottenham, Fulham live at least. Crystal Palace, United. Ooh, that's a tough game for them, 7 o'clock kickoff, kind of early morning, something that man. Whole heap of game on Sunday. 3 game, 9 o'clock. So anybody that had a Thanksgiving, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Ate well. Didn't eat too much like me. I was a real greedy person yesterday. All right. So good to go. We're good to go. Who's hot? Who's not? Gunners win 3-1 is hot. Liverpool losing 1-4 to PSV is not. And that right there is a fact. Trust me. Liverpool, I don't know what going on for them. Yeah, man. A lot of the Liverpool fans have had enough of the coach. What a difference a couple months makes, eh? What a difference a couple of months makes. I tell you. Let's see. Make sure I see my. All right, cool. So in there, in here. So you have to log into this too. All right, cool. So good to go. All right, so I have the team news now ready for pull up. People am going to roll in and the big up on yourself. Respect for the views. Don't know. When you dig one ditch, dig few there. Big up Duke. Liverpool fans them, trust me. They were it's just crazy that it's so different from when the season first started now, brother. Like, yeah, it's like it don't even feel like it's the same season. One time I couldn't tell the man them said them would I think they would have never lose a game. Craziness. All right, so let's get right into the injury news, team news. All right, so we have Maresca delivering a big injury update on Cole Palmer. So that's some big news there that we're going to share right away. So let's see what Mr. Maresca have to say about Cole P. All right, so Cole Palmer. Maresca confirms team news with Cole Palmer fit for Arsenal. Woo! Chelsea fan them rejoice. Enzo Maresca has confirmed that Cole Palmer is fit and available to face Arsenal on Sunday. After the emotional high of defeating Barcelona in Champions League action on Tuesday, the attention of Maresca and his players has turned to a big Premier League fixture at Stamford Bridge this Sunday. Arsenal made the trip across London as league leaders. They sit on 29 points after 12 matches, 6 more than the Blues, who are second. The ambition will be to cut that gap. Maresca confirmed that Palmer, who has not played since mid-September, is available for Sunday's Premier League encounter with the Gunners and could even start the game. Yes, Cole is available for both. We are looking okay. Dario Esugo also took part of the session this morning, which is good news too. Esteban shone against the La Liga side in this week, earning a Player of the Match award from fans on the Chelsea official app following a stunning strike in the 3-0 win. Having Cole back is good news and everyone is happy. The fans are happy, his teammates are happy. And the most important thing is that Cole is happy to be back because in the end, players want to play games and make the training sessions every day. Let's talk about touches versus Barca there. He can help us a lot. He's probably our best player and we are happy he's back. Now we have to give him time to be 100% fit. He has done fantastic in the past and no doubt he's going to do very good things for this club in the future. He said, yes, they can play together. It depends against which team and the game plan, but for sure the fans are excited to watch both together. We are also excited, thinking at the end we always need balance between the two phases, on the ball and off the ball. You see what the man I bring up right there, so? That is where I feel like we have a chance to beat them, The on the ball versus the off the ball, Because Barcelona defense coming like Swiss cheese, full of hole. So, and we not go be that way there. So let's see. Should be a damn good game though. I'll tell you that much. So Gunners Barca take a crack at the scores this week. All right, I'm gonna add you then. Say we over here, so put the whole of them in a Gunners boss. Nobody put few. my left you full of hole after the gunshot them, But why full of hole? What wrong with the hole? You know like hole? Move up, man. You know why foolishness too much, That with you. That with you. 2-0. Everton Newcastle. 3-1. I said, you see how you love bring up man in the argument? I said the boss a defense. And that me say, the boss a defense. And you talk about me, I talk about boss and man. That with you. That with you. That with you. Chano. Gunners boss, you think the Liverpool demise will continue? So na Barca na woman side too. You run on a man so fast. That with you again. You want to take it the worst possible way. Why fit that? Let me just say. But the other one, no. That's what you call a reach. All right, the next big news, because this brother come in like I don't know what to do in my fantasy side with this certain player. Because he never play. yeah. Dude, that's why they know that merited. I clean up what I say and make it worse a while ago. All right, Christie to miss the Sunderland clash. Here I will reveal Ryan Christie would miss Saturday's Premier League game due to a knee injury. But this brother Christie can't play no football this season. And come back, go to Scotland due to get injured. Out for some time. Jaja. Update on Semenyo and Clivert. All right, make us see what I say. We still have to train today, but he has been doing modified training with the team the previous days. If everything goes well today, I think he's going to be available for tomorrow. Yes. Justin is doing very well. I hope he can even do something today, maybe with the group. He has a very small injury in the abductor, but he's doing well, and I hope he can do something today. So it sounds like Semenyo, if the man they can barely play, him I go play, so him I go play tomorrow. Clivert sound a bit more like If him play, probably off the bench, but him could have even maybe don't even play. I'm not trained yet. So that would be my thoughts on those players. Um, let's see what Pep had to say. They do play their game when they play tomorrow. Yeah, they play tomorrow morning against Leeds. So let's see what Pep have to say after them just lose a game in the Champions League as well. Brentford, Burnley, nil all him say. Sunderland, nil, Bournemouth, 2. Bless up, Jagons. What go on, bro? Blessings, blessings, blessings. Hope all is well with you, my brother. Big up Gunner for Life 82 in the building. Yeah, man, I'm well, my G. Yeah, man, I am well. Nitro said Gunners. That if you say yes. Big weekend in a Nitro. Whole heap of Chelsea fans pay, you know? Can't take it, you know. And I'm gonna start talk all kind of madness if they ever get the result here Sunday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, big up to you as well, Gunner for Life. We're there. Another week, another breakdown. When I get whole heap of EPL this week because I just realize I'm midweek, so I get Monday show, and I get Thursday review show, and I get Friday preview again. Yeah, man. Full EPL a week, yeah. Them dead, them 442, them dead. Big up to Berries and Razor. Yeah, man. Very entertaining, do all that, man. 442, them dead. Yo, the man ever cost Arteta like everybody else. All right, let's share this. So what Pepper talk about now? Pep say Rodri remains unavailable. Jeez, this man don't play football again, people. Rough. Etihad, blah blah blah. Okay. Last feature as a late substitute in the win over Bournemouth at the start of November. Damn, has not started since October 10. Not yet. Not much further. That's all the man say. Yo, my talk about. Okay, my talk about Farka and Leeds. Same rate them. Good relationship. I know the Premier League is always like that with good runs and results and bad results. Points are tough, have long weeks to prepare, so demanding we have to be ready. Blah blah blah. So it look like I just Rodri alone, the man talk about, brother. The man say I'm not ready, but not much further. So not the most information in the world, but look like them have a fit squad other than Rodri, basically. All right, so LFC have a lot of people with some issues, and them have issues getting results right now as well. Vanderbilt football coach has agreed to a new 6-year deal. Oh, of course. Bro, that man they deserve every penny when I go get the raise to. And the man in the SEC and a place up in some big school. When Rodri get injured, City lose. Boy, it's just crazy that that's been the story from for a whole season when him out. It's a new season now, and them still not really rectify it. But I guess how do you really rectify Rodri injured? You'll forget like Declan Rice or Caicedo, I guess. Those type of like I forget, them get the Nico guy who's decent, but just don't have that same type of presence like a Rodri, which is very difficult. There's a reason why he was the best. We need to smash Chelsea, so-called world champions. A cup that's the equivalent to the Emirates Cup. Hey, man them win the cup, sir. And them some good side was in there. So yeah, it is what it is. But man, I go bash them them Club World Cup them win. Not even call it little. Man, I bash them Club World Cup them win it. And whole heap of club in there they want to win it. LFC fitness update. Becca, Ekitike, Gomez, and Verts. So let's see. Alisson miss Wednesday night Champions League defeat by PSV Eindhoven due to illness. Okay, so yo, come and see the brother keeping. I mean, I said to myself, so if Allison is back from injury, why would they bench him in this PSV game? But he was ill. All right, that makes sense now. Most complaint meant Wirtz was also absent for that game after being sidelined for the preceding loss. Uh, Ali trained that game with the team, so we hope and expect him to be available at the weekend. Florian will have his final day of rehab tomorrow, so if that goes well, he could train with the team on Saturday. Ekitike started but was forced off. They don't expect that it has to be a big issue, but the games come fast, so let's see for the weekend. But it shouldn't have to be a big issue. Gomez, he's close. He could have been involved yesterday as well in terms of minutes, but when we're 2-1 or 3-1 down, I tend to make offensive substitutions. And for him to start a game is also definitely a possibility. But Konate didn't train 2 days before the game. He was a bit of a risk 2 days before. And if you don't have that many defenders to start with, two players that might not be able to play the whole 90, that's kind of a risk as well. I decided to keep him there for Ibu, for if Ibu was injured, and not to have to make two substitutions, because then we probably would have ended up with one or two defenders. Yo, Arne Slot, the people them now go business with all your tears you're crying. Because the Liverpool fans them want to talk about how much injury them have and stuff, and brother, it no work, so sorry. Nobody never want to hear it when Arsenal full of injuries, brother. We just back a league. Nobody don't care about context. Don't matter. So it don't matter now either. Nitro ready for your score. Man say blood now 2-1. Breaking news. Craig Butler is now the newly appointed advisor for the gym. Yo, Currency, a lie? You too lie, brother. I know what Butler do breaking news. See the man I rush the referee today. True wanna lose a game. After the game, the man wanna rush the ref, brother. Yeah, man, me see it, Nitro. At the buzzer. What a putback. Yeah, man. I will have the lead most of the game then, and Puerto Rico make a run for we. Yeah, man, make them know if you smash up the like button, man. Big up in a BBK. They come forward and see a show a finish off, you know. Yeah, man. Glad say you could have there today. Mm-mm. 54 million. Cheese and peas. Newly appointed bouncer, you mean? Yo, the man want to rush the ref today, brother. Man, I tell you. I was like, damn. The man that did the ref, so. I bet you when you really check it out and meds it, nothing never really go on. I just blow. All right, so Frank reports no new injuries as Spurs prepare for Fulham clash. Let's see. I think Sunderland good as well. Brentford, okay. Let's see. Glasner assessing his squad before the Man U match. Let you know what I'm saying here. Go and smash up the like button, people. Some more people are rolling here, man. Just make the likes match up at least to the people that were there. You know, that's the least you can do. All right, Sosa will miss the game again. He's really back up to Tyreek Mitchell, so that's not a huge blow. But you know, they have midweek games this week, so you know you want a full squad around these days. But they'll be without him for the game. Will Hughes doesn't look so bad, so they're hopeful he'll be in the squad. It looked like he wouldn't be able to start. Okay. They did lose a game in midweek at Strasbourg. Tyreek Mitchell did score a goal though. So he's starting to have some dividends and that in that role that he plays at Palace, you know. Pretty much it was what you call it now? Pretty much it was damn, what was I saying? Oh, it was Munoz that was getting all the like attacking output, even though Mitchell and him kind of play the same, on both flanks. But Munoz seemed to have the end product more. Mitchell kind of, getting a bit more consistent with his output as well. So FPL people, might be a cheaper alternative. All right, so what Arteta have to say now? So Arteta said there's another test today for Trossard. We have to see how he's feeling. Doesn't look much. So still have a few hours and we'll have to see. That's good news on Trossard. So it doesn't sound like it's gonna be something bad enough to keep him out of the match day squad. But if I was the coach, I would be, I mean, what is this? The third game in the week? It's probably time to rotate him anyway, to be honest. But I don't know if he wants to start Gabby. And I feel like what he's probably going to do is put Madueke on the left, which we don't really want, but I think that's what he's going to do. There's a potential chance for him to be available, is what I thought. Behind closed doors friendly, it did happen. Gabby participated and Ethan as well because he wanted some minutes. We took the opportunity. They wanted a bit of exposure to competition and providing that was very positive. We have another day tomorrow, so let's see how everybody is tomorrow. And that was when he was asked about Jokeres and Havertz. So he was kind of coy about them. It's kind of interesting that the Havertz and Jokeres one, he's like, we have to wait till tomorrow. Let's see. And then on the Trossard one, he at least was able to say, like, it doesn't look much and there's a potential chance and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Yeah, so he was just talking about other players in Capie, Mosquera. Man, them asking about Estevo. Yo, why Arteta wanna be so long, brother? Everybody else just have like a one page. Arteta thing long like me don't know what. Just a scroll and a scroll and a scroll and a scroll and a scroll. Batman looked doubtful for the match. Alright. So that's basically most of the major team news. That's most of the major team news. Mavropanos and Somerville to be assessed. Jeez. Brentford look like them have everybody fit for the most part. So yeah, pretty much it, my people. So let's go. Let's get right into the games. I see some of you already drop your score predictions for the first one. What do you think of football fans that call these YouTube? What do you think of football fans that call these YouTube shows calling for Butler to coach the team? I just think that um Craig Butler is a very convincing person. He says a lot of things that would resonate with people, right? So I think because he's such a good speaker and a good like motivator, you know, people tend to overlook some of the things he might do other than when he's just giving a speech or telling you what his thoughts are and how to build the nation's football or whatever the case is. He does that really well. But a lot of the other things that he does questionable. You know what I mean? That's the way him carry himself. Noni hat trick at the bridge. That would be nice. That would be nice. Noni would have loved that. Hey, question. You think Noni celebrate tomorrow? I think him celebrate if him score, Sunday, Yeah, I feel like him just gonna celebrate. I don't think they want the best for the country. Did you watch the clear old fashioned hate today? Yeah, man, I watch piece of it. More than a piece of it. I watch a lot of it actually. And that's how that's some Georgia football today. No team reached 20. Yeah, man. Easily. Yeah, that's what I say. They like how it sound, but they're not really pre-war go on. Can't be ignorant as a public figure. Yeah, well, that's the thing, when you're not chosen to be a public figure, that's normally when you act ignorant. So Butler became a public figure because of what he was able to do with some of his players, and how he's been able to like mold their careers. But he's not like an elected official or not like that. So his code of conduct is not going to really be that of a public figure unless he is that has that personality, which clearly him not really business about nothing. Him just talk in mind any place, no filter. So it is what it is. Anyone calling for Bola to have any part in the JFF is clearly done. Jaja, Gunner's boss disagrees with those people clearly. Big up Next Up Sports. Yeah, man, I'm gonna give Next Up Sports a follow. That on this. Subscribe. Yeah, man. Next Up Sports Talk. Big up yourself each and every time. You will definitely celebrate at the bridge, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so too. I don't think him going to even think about it. I'm just going to run to the corner flag, do him knee slide, beer things. Yeah, I think so. I agree. Sports DTM, big up yourself. Yeah, man. We're there. We're there. City all a lose game too. Oh, I go on for some of them team, yeah, man. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it, people. First matchup, Brentford, Burnley. This one will be 10 o'clock. One of multiple games at 10 o'clock. But this one will be on the USA Network if you're in the United States. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, as we call it. It's not boxing, but we have it as well. So league position for Brentford, 13th, for Burnley, 19th. You see 5 wins for Brentford, 3 for Burnley, 1 draw each. 2 more losses on the Burnley side than Brentford. Brentford have 4 more goals scored in the season. They also both concede about the same amount so far. But you see the difference. Burnley, the lowest XG in the entire Premier League. They don't even reach 10 yet. And they played 12 games already. Brentford at 18.57. Not bad, actually. And typically, the thing with Burnley that you have to give them credit for, you see where their XG is, but they're outperforming it very much. If Brentford was doing that, maybe some of these losses might have been draws or wins if they could have gotten more conversions based on their XG. And then you see both teams with 2 clean sheets on the season. Now you see the form of late, 3 wins for Brentford out of 5 with 2 losses in there. 2 wins for Burnley. They had them on the bounce as well, but then 3 straight losses. At home, 2-0 to Arsenal, 3-2 away to West Ham, and 2-0 at home against Chelsea. Brentford, their wins have been over West Ham away. They beat Liverpool at home as well, 3-2. They lost away from home at Sellers Park, 2-0. They beat Newcastle at home, 3-1, and they lost away last week at Amex. I think they went up 1-0 in that game, if I'm not mistaken, end up losing 2-1 to Brighton. So that is the form. Now we look at the previous meetings. Not a very historic matchup in the EPL. You see only 4 games played, and it's been an even split. 2 wins to West Ham, 2 wins to Brentford. But what is to be noted is that the home team has always won this fixture so far. So is that going to hold true for this one? That is the big question. Now, for me, when we look at the games last week, these are 2 other teams that wouldn't have any midweek fixtures to look at and see who would have played. But this was the lineup that Brentford played away from home last week when they went to the Amex. Thiago has been in blistering form, but to be honest, last week he needed 1 more goal and his penalty to equalize was saved. So let's see if that knocks his confidence at all going into this next game. I think the front four that you see here, Ouattara, Damsgaard, Shade, Thiago, I believe that they are probably going to play again. Reece Nelson has been getting a few more opportunities of late, but he didn't come on last week. Instead, he opted to put on Keane Lewis Potter. So I don't really see him changing that front four or even the midfield as well. Henderson and Yarmouk. Maybe he could go with someone else in midfield this week, but more than likely, it might be these same players. The back four has been pretty steady as well. Rico Henry still can't force his way in. I don't think there's any hope for Pinnock to get into this back four either, with Collins and Vandenberg there, unless he was to drop the captain because he's been making some mistakes. I don't think Vandenberg giving up that other spot. And Ayer has, even though he's not a left back, has proven serviceable there. So, I just feel like right now these players are giving him decent results. I don't see him changing the team much. Plus, they didn't play any games this week. Now we look at Burnley. This was the side that faced Chelsea last weekend. And for this team as well, I don't see much in by way of changes. Maybe Lyle Foster, after coming off the bench a few games now, after he's been the starter before, maybe he will start this one. Maybe Broja as well, who came on in that game and played up front while Foster played, a bit off the striker. That could be another option up front. So those would be the changes. Maybe I don't think the back line will change much. I think that's been pretty consistent and will continue to be. And that midfield three as well, unless they just change the shape, might be some different players. But I could see, the defense midfield keeper being the same and just maybe a few shuffles up front. But yeah, Brentford, Burnley. Look, I have no reason to really go against Brentford in this game. They're at home. Their home form has been good. They've beaten some better teams than what they're going to face in this game this year. So I'm not going to go for any crazy result here. I'm just going to say Brentford wins this one. I'm going to say 2-1. I think Burnley find a way to get a goal, maybe. I'm tempted to go 2-0, but I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 Brentford. Let's see what the people must say. CK in a building, big up yourself. Yo, thank you for saying that. Because my day I sit down and I did want to turn on the TV and I know I'm not turn it on. Peru versus Chile. But that must women's football that. Big up CK in a building. 10 months of membership. You're a legend for that, my G. Aggies versus Longhorns hot defensively right now. Horns 13, Aggies 10. Yeah, man. Make A&M get the next loss. You gonna fix your side now? Yeah, I have some big decision, my boy. Ooh, I have some big decision to make. Is Raheem Sterling playing U21? I don't think so. I don't think he's playing any football. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's playing. Brentford 2-0. Yeah, man, him gone cool. Brentford 2-0, say Apache. That would have been my other score. That would have been my other score. OKC will be dangerous for many years to come, especially with them saving over 43 million on Williams' contract and having a lot of assets in the first round next 5 years draft. Yeah, OKC is a big side, to be honest. All right, Nitro will have your 2-1. Yep, Game Birds, big up yourself. Also going for the 2-1. So this 2-1 Brentford seemed to be popular tonight. All right, so that is the preview and the predictions for Brentford Burnley. You don't know if you don't catch the show live, people, just drop it in the comment section. You will be added on. Have a big old book. So Trust me, I don't think it can full up, even though it get close the last few weeks, them to be honest. Man City versus Leeds. All right, so this one will be at the Etihad or the Etihad as me call it. Peter Banks are the ref. Yeah, I never check the ref in the other game, and that's important, people. I tell you the truth. All right, I click on the wrong button a while ago. What am I doing? Stats, me say. All right, so you see the Gulf in the league position. Third for Man City, 18th for Leeds. So they're in the relegation zone now. Only 3 wins while City have 7. 2 draws for Leeds, 1 for City. 4 losses though for City, 7 losses for Leeds. You see the goals pretty much double up, 24 to 11. But they're underperforming as Burnley gone 14 with only 8 XG. Them gone 14.86 and only have 11. So their strikers really and attackers in general not putting away the chances. You see the XG for City all the way at 22. I think they might be number 1 in the league, but we'll find out when we look at some other teams. But I feel like 22 is top in the league right now. 24 goals scored. You see the clean sheets, 5. That's an improvement on last season already this year. 2 clean sheets kept so far for Leeds this season. You look at Man City's form though, it's not looking like, the typical Man City form guide. 2 losses in the last 5 matches, both away from home. 1-0 away to Villa, 2-1 last week against Newcastle. But they do have some good wins at home. 2-0 over Everton, 3-1 over Bournemouth, and 3-0 over Liverpool. Leeds looking like some relegation form. 1 win in their last 5. That win came against West Ham at home, 2-1. Away from home, they have 3 losses in that stretch, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1. Burnley, Brighton, and Forest, respectively. Last week, they lost at home, 2-1, and that was 2 goals come from behind win for Aston Villa as well. 20 times this match play in the Premier League era, 8 wins for City and 7 wins for Leeds. That's quite interesting. 5 drawn games out of those 20. You see, the last time they were in the league in 22-23 and 21-22 didn't fare so well. Did Leeds. They lost in 21-22, 11-0 on aggregate. They got closer in 22-23, 2-1 at the Etihad. So the last game they played, probably the closest one. Apart from that, 5 games ago, their last win, 2021, at the Etihad, a 2-1 win. Leeds fans would definitely love for that to happen this week. Look, for me, Leeds is a team that is going to, regardless of their league position, I think Farker is one of those managers that just says, look, we're going to press teams. I don't care. He's not really a sit-back type of coach. And I think because they're going to play that style, it's going to cause so many problems for them. I just don't see their defenders being able to cope with the waves that's going to hit them. And yeah, this is one of those weeks where I was wishing I had a triple captain to play, because I do think Haaland going to get a lot of chance in this game. So, look, I think it's probably going to be even a clean sheet for them. So I'm going to say 3-0. 3-0 Man City. I know they had their struggles in midweek, but I just think they'll bounce back this weekend. I just have a feeling that they're gonna bounce back this weekend. Don't know why, I just have the feeling. 2-1 said Duke. Join the 2-1 train. Gonna for life. Big up. Man say 1-1. What a crazy scoreline still. Apache said 3-2 City. So Apache think the defense are gonna move leaky. Gonna for life said 2-0. Dragons. I wonder where you pick them. I know you're gonna drop them. 2-0. 3-0 Farker out. enough for sack him, man. Make him stay. Biro. Go on. Right in the next row from now, cause of all them people I know I send it already. And more people I play. And people, if you drop off at any point, if you get caught up doing something else or something, just know you can just drop one long comment in the live chat, and we'll eventually watch back the live chat replay and make sure everything fill in. So no feel no way if you can't stick around. And yo, while in the day, you can make me know want to think about anything may I say in terms of tactics or anything like that. Yeah, man, not afraid to get involved. I know me are the expert in them, I understand. But you can let me know as well. Game Bird said 3-1 to City. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to score 3 goals too. Biro G said 3-1 and 1-0. Alright, cool. I get it. BBK 4-1. Yeah, I like that scoreline there. I say a 3-goal margin, but I just feel like they might have keep a clean sheet this week, Leeds not gonna be able to really do much. Jaguars agree with the 3-0. See if we're right, Jaji. Bruff Sports JA. Make sure you make sure you subscribe as well, Bruff Sports, cause force me to see Bruff Sports in here. I'm assuming that 1-1 is Man City and Leeds. Let me know, Bruff Sports. I don't want to put it in the wrong place. Duke said 2-0. Yeah, feed your face. Yeah, man. When they do that right before an XL. M haven't lost this season. They are 11-0. Same thing. Same thing. I don't know why I give them a loss when them not lose yet. No worry, man. I just threw me I predict say them I go lose to Georgia in the SEC championship game. So I already give them a loss. Bless up, Biro. Wait, so the SEC is no longer so it's just the top 2 period. Bombat. So Alabama na lose game already. So why Alabama need to lose again for reach? We only lose 1 game. How? How that makes sense? Jeez, Shatta Hennessy, you're forward over here with your madness. Yo, at least, all right, at least you're more realistic. The first time, Shatta Hennessy, they'll say, what, 5-1 and 5, some big score. They say City a shake. All right, bruv. What about Brentford Burnley? What you say about that one there, bruv? Because that's the only one you're missing. Now the 5 was a joke. All right. That's a word, man. That's a word. We will be here Sunday when the game them done. And we had the review show them. Oh, you mean Texas? First down. Yo, big up to you, Nitro. Them thing that we love, bro. Them thing that we love. Anybody can give money and things, but when you give your time and you go do it yourself, it's an extra appreciation me have for that. Yeah, man. Big up, Nitro. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, man. Just drop the rest of them underneath the video. Me'll add it in. You're gonna need the rest for true. They beat Georgia, and Georgia beat Texas. It comes on to strength. Oh, SOS. Got you. So it's not even bless. It's gonna be 1-1 for the first half and second goal in the 65th, third goal in the 90th plus 3. Yeah, that's the thing though. You see, I feel like our depth are gonna be the difference. So I don't know, I think we're not gonna win the game early, I think. I think we're not gonna late win game. No, because we are gonna be the ones getting stronger. Our bench, when man tired, I'm gonna bring on man, We're not really make no big drop off again like one time. But let's see still. Let's see still. The game have to play. Him not go start, man. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. Him not start. Eze in the 10, brother. Eze in the 10. And if Trossard can't play, he will probably start Noni over there. I feel like him kind of in his brain, him married to the Martinelli off the bench thing now. Me know I'm star baby, man, but me tell BBK the other day, I say, listen, me, man, so your kid is your favorite until the next kid do something and it take over the favorite. You see me? And right now that's what Eza is on. Man, him is not the favorite no more. All right, so Man City leads. I think Man City going to take that one there. I know them losing midweek, and people probably say, boy, how many factor that even Brafa said, boy, they must wobble. But honestly, I don't even think them really are wobbling. You know? Yes, them lose to Newcastle. That's a tough, ratted game in St. James Park, you know. The one that really concerning is the 2-0 loss to Leverkusen. Because, I mean, when you look at it, it make 10 change. Right? So, yeah, you can say that is a problem. But in bring on O'Reilly, Doku, 4.5 time. Bring on Haaland 65th. So, in bring on everybody who would have made the difference. And they couldn't make the difference. So, let's see. Let's see where him depend. It's clear though that him rest some baller for that game a weekend. Or maybe just didn't want to rotate for just keep them fresh and you know. So them I expect these guys to start again. Donnarumma back in goal. You know, Trafford is a nightmare goalkeeper, I think. So yeah, man, I think City will be fine against Leeds. But bruv, make we see. You might be right. If you're right, then I forgot say your respect. All right, moving along. Sunderland Bournemouth is the other game at 10. Sunderland and Bournemouth, both these teams were wobbling. You know, they were top 4, top 5 a couple of weeks ago. And now they're in 7th and 8th. Still right there, but getting much closer to the pack. 5 wins each, 4 draws each, 3 losses each. So literally, they're neck and neck. Sunderland with only 14 goals. Bournemouth on the other hand with 19. You see the XG difference right there, 10.62, 7.42, 17.42. Both teams have 4 clean sheets. Now you look at the form of late. Sunderland with those back-to-back wins, that got them up to 4th. Then they had good draws at home with Everton, at home with Arsenal, and then they lost away from home last week, 1-0. That was a late goal by Raul Jimenez. Then you have Bournemouth draw 3-all away at Sellers Park, one of the more entertaining games this year. 2-0 over Forest, 3-1 loss at the Etihad, 4-0 loss at Villa Park, and then a 2-all draw against West Ham. I think that was a late equalizer by West Ham, I think. No. Actually, Bournemouth came back from 2-0. Yeah, so it could have been worse. It could have been 3 losses on the bounce, but they did fight back for the 2-all. Yeah, so last week, this was the starting lineup that Sunderland went with against Fulham in their defeat. Pretty similar to what we have seen. Alderete has been out, but he's back on the bench now, but still. Actually, no, he's back on the bench, but can't force his way back in. Mukiele and Gertrude and Ballard, that was that center of the back 5. Human Mandava. Isidore has been starting, but Brobby has been coming on for him pretty much every game. I'm wondering if the coach might try Brobby from the start one of these days. Maybe this is the week. And then when you look at Bournemouth, this is how they started the game last week against West Ham. Now, they should have some players back. So I expect Semenyo to start. So more than likely, we'll see Krupi drop to the bench. Tavernier slide to the more central area. You could see Krupi play and Semenyo and Tavernier play on the flanks and Brooks drop to the bench. So there's options there. Christie won't be around, so he can't play. But everybody else should be fit and available. Enes Unal came on, got the goal to equalize. He's another option up front. If they want to change the shape, maybe, but Iraola is pretty much a 4-2-3-1 coach, so I don't see him changing the shape. It's just about the personnel. I feel like if Semenyo's fit, he'll come back in. So one of these three behind Evan Nielsen will drop to the bench. Just not sure which one the coach is going to decide. But yeah, only 4 times this match play, 2 wins for Bournemouth, 1 for Sunderland, and 1 draw. And these matches were played in the 15-16 and 16-17 season. So not much you can take from those. So the first time in 8 years that this fixture will happen in the Prem. And Sunderland at home have been really good. You know, I think the majority of their points have come at home, and Bournemouth has been pretty horrible away from home. So just based on that, you should say, boy, Sunderland has the nod. But I could see this one being a draw, to be honest. I could definitely see it being a draw. So I'm going to say neither side win, and it ends up being a 1-1 draw. That's what I'm going to go with. I don't trust neither team. Shatta Hennessy said 2-1 leads. Blow out. Chelsea, Arsenal. Hey, DJ shot. I put on your what you say? 3-1 Chelsea. I put it on, Door switch, by the end of the show. 2-1 leads. What about Brentford Burnley? Sunderland 2-0. Yeah, man, I feel say no I go start too. I hope Trossard fit. Me too. Man, the man on fire right now, our best attacker. The man, and well, I'm not gonna go as far to say as him unplayable, but the man a move away. Pep should have kept the team as is and rotate for Leeds. That would have made more sense to me too. But I guess through him standing in the Champions League is a much more solid ground than him knowing can't afford to lose no more game in the league. That no. But I think him could have had a better chance of rotating against Leeds and winning for sure. That's true. Sunderland 2-1 says gonna for life. All right. Yeah, I just feel like the two side them not really shot. So I'm just gonna say draw. Yeah, I would start Bobby as well. I think him wait too long, personally. Him better than Isidore to me. Bring watching and making some sip down soup because soup there. Bless up gigs. Sunderland 1, AFC Bournemouth 2. So BBK said Bournemouth gonna break out of that slump. Semenyo is back, and so are they. Arsenal 2-2. Oh, they blood. You really think that gonna happen, Duke? All right. I don't even think you believe that, but I'm gonna write it down. Longhorn strike again. Yeah, man, may I watch it? Bournemouth 2, Sunderland 2. So Apache overs what may I say? DJ Shatta Hennessy say 1-0 to Brentford. Okay. Bournemouth 1-0. Yeah, I figured this Sunderland Bournemouth game was gonna be a split across the board. Some Sunderland, some Bournemouth, some draw. I think this is gonna be a real this is a title win or a donkey type of game right here. It's gonna be very unbalanced with the picks. Can see it already. Looks like more people leaning towards Sunderland still so far. Yeah, but I'm going for the 1-1. Anybody else in the building who don't know, you can drop them anytime and we'll see them. Let's make sure I never miss none of these games. No, all right, cool. All right, so let's move along now to the next fixture. and we have the 12:30 kickoff tomorrow, and that is Everton versus Newcastle. And these are Eastern times, people. The brand new Hill Dickinson Stadium in Liverpool. Everton hosting Newcastle. So something has to give in this game as well. Everton has been really good at home in terms of not dropping points. Well, not dropping full points. And Newcastle has barely won any points away from St. James Park this season. That's why they're in 14th position. Everton with one more win on the season. They both have 3 draws, but Newcastle with one more loss than Everton. Everton in 11th, Newcastle in 14th. You see the goals 13 and 13. So both teams not the most prolific of teams when it comes on to goal scoring in this Premier League season so far. You see the XG, both teams outperforming their actual goals. 15.42 for Newcastle, 14.97, but only 13 goals to show from it. 5 clean sheets for Newcastle and 4 for Everton. This is the form going into the match. 2 losses, a draw, then 2 wins on the bounce in the last 5 for Everton. A loss, a win, 2 losses, and then a win. So a lot of up and down form. But one thing you'll notice, all the games away are red. 2-1 loss away at the Amex, 3-1 loss at West Ham, and a 3-1 loss at the G-Tech against Brentford. Everton, their second to last home game they have played since this one was a terrible 3-0 to Tottenham, but that's really an anomaly when it comes down to their home performances this season. Everton, this is what they look like last week. Let's just check in with that lineup that they played. Ludicrous red card by Gay, so he'll be out. Coleman only lasted 10 minutes. It was good to see him get a chance again, but he's out. So they'll probably have to go back to Jake O'Brien over there. And we'll see who starts from the start in midfield. Tim usually is the one that they would play. But let's see if he can get him shot or not. Dewsbury Hall, Ndai, Grealish, Barry or Beto. I think both of them don't make one, the two of them. So we'll see who the heck they decide to play. But yeah, I think that the 3 behind the striker, very good. Dewsbury Hall scored a wicked goal last week. Grealish, NDI, always providing something on those flanks. So yeah, Everton, that will be the challenge for Newcastle, is dealing with those 3. And they're just a very organized team. I think what makes Newcastle dangerous is probably why I think matchup wise, this Everton team with Moyes tactics set up really well for them, because Newcastle just thrives in behind when it comes on to the wingers that they play. Barnes, Murphy, Gordon, they're all pacey, all like that ball played in behind that they can run onto. Voltemada really doesn't fit that profile, but it works because, while he's not the fastest player in the world, he just provides that option if they do have those breaks. And sometimes, it will just be the wingers making the break, or, a Guimaraes, a Joe Linton, somebody from midfield, breaking their neck to get into the box. So they really thrive on those transitions. And I think that's why they beat Man City last week. Man City could not stop their transition play. And I just feel like the way Everton set up, they are much more direct in their approach than Man City. So even though Man City is a much more direct team this year, I feel like Man City's defense pushes up whenever they attack, regardless of if it's a direct play or not. Whereas I think Everton will hold a much deeper line. I don't see them really leaving that much space in behind at any time for them to really break on them. So I think that's going to make Newcastle stifled a bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if Everton don't make it uncomfortable for them. But I think Newcastle will probably earn a point, right? So I know that's boring to get for a draw a couple times, but I just see this one ending up a 1-1. But let me continue to show you guys what would I look like. Let me just take a look at Newcastle's team in the midweek. Let's see. Newcastle. Just want to see how many changes they would have made. because Eddie Howe might have, let's see, the last 2-1 to Marseille. Aubameyang brace after he took the lead. Okay, so he Harvey Barnes really the only one up top that played again. He played the full 90. Gordon started but came off when Walter Mart came on. I think Burn should be back from suspension. Yeah. Bruno and Sandro Tonali played the 90. Joe Linton didn't even play, so he was kind of rested for this one. So yeah, he tried to rotate as much as he could. Murphy started again though, but he was off in 60 minutes. Livermore started and was off in 60 minutes. So yeah, he tried to not overdo it for some of the players, gave Joe Linton the full rest. So I think Eddie Howe will go with a strong team. But I just think I'm going for another 1-1 people in that matchup. I'm going for another 1-1. Wow, this one plays 60 times. Very even. 24 wins for Everton, 23 for Newcastle, 13 draws. And I expect that to become 14 draws when the 61st match is played tomorrow. So let's see what you guys think about this one. One, 2-1. Sunday, Arsenal will paint London red. Newcastle 3-1, says Duke. So Duke is not buying that they're weak away from home. Gonna for Life says the same. 3-1. Shatta Hennessy. The only reason why we never go nil-nil, you know. Just feel like, just feel like it now we go nil-nil. BBK agree with the 1-all. No say no ball in the youth. Big up, big up, big up, big up Yaga P. Hope all is well with you, my G. 1-0 said Shatta Hennessy. So hold on there. Now you just say nil all. Yo, put on the Hennessy now, man. Vote reminds you of Crouch. Yeah. Cause Crouch was more technical than people give him credit for him. I feel the same about Walter. People just assume the man big and clumsy and but man have touch, bro. And score a wicked flick goal the other day. Yo, what go on, coach? Imagine. Every time I you give me about 3 score and cut, but I got the same way. And you can always comment after the video, brother, if you fall off. Bournemouth 2-1. All right. And Everton Newcastle Bureau. You probably put that already. I wouldn't say him assault him. Him just run up on him and cuss be a bad word and eventually, it never come to no assault. So I can't lie and say him assault him. He never do that. But him just, him go further than him need to go in terms of how much him a cuss and police have to come and tell him to back off and all them foolishness there. So yeah. 2-0. Two one Newcastle. So why you flip the man name to that? How wrong, how wrong with that, brother, yeah, man? That's bastard sense, Everton 2, Newcastle 1. Jaji Everton 1-all. All right. You got piece at 2-all there, so. But you got to miss a whole heap of game, you know. If we run them back. Easy yourself, game birds. Newcastle to win because them still high off Champions League. Yeah, but Newcastle just lose. Bro, you're going to follow Craig, but him not healthy and all them foolishness there, brother. How a man can always say him sick until him does not sick every day, him a train and a coach and a this and a that and a cuss and a raising blood pressure and a do all kind of madness. Bro, it, at least, yo, I don't know if the man is sick or not, brother, but it does not make sense to me. Like, whenever something go wrong, anyway, I'm just barely, man. Nothing I talk about that. Okay, that's exactly why. All right. We said them upset from the loss in the Champions League. Yeah, I don't think them are going to lose, but I just think it's going to draw. But hey, we shall see. That's why the game them are going to play. All right, moving on. I go speed up the show a little bit because we don't want it. I go way down in the night. Yeah. Texas look like try hold on, brother. Yo, that's a push off. Them not call that. Them never call that. Oh, yeah, 3rd and 21. Not fire, do they? Watch that player. Jeez and peas. Yo, tackle the brother now. And them get a face mask. Yo, I hate college, you see. All right, Tottenham 9th, Fulham 15th. Only one more win. Wow. Yo, the table is real close, you know. One more draw. So 2. Okay, that's the difference there. 20 goals to 13. XG. Look, yo, Spurs XG is only 11.16 and them got 20 goal. Yo, some bangers Spurs have scored. 13.11, 13. So like right on it. 3 clean sheets and 4 clean sheets. Spurs form 3 losses in 5. 1 draw, 1 win. Fulham not much better. 3 losses in 5, but they do have 2 wins. So a few more points. So 6 from 15 and 4 from 15 for these two sides. Not the best return for Spurs in the last 5 games. Spurs did have a game in midweek as well. They faced PSG and they put up a good fight, but it wasn't enough on the day. I think Colomwani had a brace and had an assist as well. So that's probably the best news on the day for them, just to get a striker, getting some confidence. Had a really good game, but they did fall 5-3, and the defense really struggled. And it was basically the defense. If everybody's fit, he probably would have played, and that is Jed Spence, Mickey Van de Ven, Romero, and Pedro Porro, and they all had shitty games, to be honest. There's a lot of changes in the midfield though. Kudus didn't start. He rested him. Rested Xavi Simons, Udogie, Odebear, João Palhinha didn't start either. So yeah, that's pretty much what they changed up from the weekend. In that 4-1 loss to Arsenal, which I probably wanted to hurry up and get out of the memories. But last two, Ratty, the NM score so fast. Last 2 games, they have been able to well, not able to, but they have conceded 4 and 5, so 9 goals in the 2 games they played recently. Once against Arsenal and once against PSG. So very tough teams, don't get me wrong, but with them being so stingy defensively before, that's really not what you want to see if you're a Spurs fan. Now, this was the Fulham lineup that faced Sunderland last week, that 1-0 win. Jimenez really the only option up front right now. I think Muniz is out injured. But that three behind the striker has really been no consistency from the coach. We've seen Iwobi play up there. We've seen Emil Smith Rowe. We've seen Kevin get some starts. You know, the only player that I don't see him starting that I think deserve a start at this point is Chukwueze, who came and got the assist. So I wouldn't be surprised if Chukwueze don't get the run out from the start this time. At least I would do that. I mean, it's time. I think it's time to just give him a chance to start the damn game. Every time I see him come on, he's effective. So yeah, I would do that if I was a coach in this game. But this one, Tottenham and Fulham, look, Tottenham can't win no game at home. I don't know what I'm to them at home, brother. Literally, them drew with Man U, and that was late in the game. Wait, how did that go? They were gonna win. Who drew this game late? Was it Manu? Yeah, Manu, the lick. It's just that all the goals were so damn late, I couldn't remember, but they licked, got the equalizer. But even then, they were about to scrape a win there. They lost to Chelsea at home, lost to Villa at home. Let's see, can they finally win a game at home to be the first win in about 4 games at home, I want to say. 2 draws and 2 losses. So, yeah, Fulham hasn't done anything away from home either this year, so something I have to give. Tottenham can't win at home, Fulham can't win away. So my mind I tell me draw, but I just feel like Tottenham probably gonna have enough. So I'm gonna say a 2-1. 2-1 Spurs. Tempted to go 2-0, but I'm not trust Spurs for keeping a damn clean sheet or us. See, the Shatta Hennessy, my rate that pick there, I swear. I want to pick Fulham, but they're just so bad away from home. That's Bill, man. Yeah, bro. Man, I don't know how Yaga P become what the man put. Mm, I feel like we're going to lose again this season at some point. Tottenham 3-1 says coach. Shatta Hennessy said 2-0 Fulham. I'm not even wrong him to be honest, but man, I go pick that. But boy, I'm a respect the pick. Marcel Reed is a beer still. Yeah, my brother they're strong. But a couple times this year, I see him do this, leave the game for win late and him actually do it. So let's see if him have it again tonight. I like how Texas offense I look lately. So hopefully they can keep it up. That'll get more pressure up on them though. Tottenham win 3-1, so gonna for life. Bureau said 2-0. We're Chile there. We're Red Skull there. Where my dog them there. Yeah, I don't like this either. What? Doodle 1, Fulham 3. Yeah, man, I respect it. I respect it. So I think Fulham, I know, they will go crazy. man, put the shit emoji, Poop emoji, as my daughters would say. Gunners for life. No, Gamebird says 2-0 to Spurs. Chelsea fan always a pick Spurs, Fulham win 3-0. Wait, what? Hold on there. You want me change it? Or just a fuck round? Let me know. That up 2-1. Hey, that might be the difference, And then when I pick the winner, and you're gonna say, yo, I joke me there run. They say Tottenham to score, but a one goal. See the one goal there, 1-0 to Fulham. A hot beating. Expressions might mash up the stream blood. In the stream blood. In the stream blood. All right. What time that game I play? 36, 19 wins, 9, 8 draw. Last time them draw in a Tottenham Stadium as well. Spurs are going to win, brother. All right, Shirley morning. Crystal Palace hosting Manchester United. Boy, Man U. Them the other day they were 2 points off top four and 2 points off this. They're back in 10th now. Heading towards that 15th again if them don't wise up. Fifth position. Both teams have 5 wins, but 2 more draws. So there's a 2 point gap between 5 and 10. That's how tight it is in this table right now. 19 goals, 16 goals for Palace. You see the average goals conceded. So Man U definitely conceding more. The XG right around the same, 20.56 for Palace, 20.13 for United. Palace definitely need to improve the conversion rate though. Only 16 goals, that's an indictment right there. 19, not ideal. You want to have a little more than the XG, but that's okay, right? You see the XG per 90, very similar. The difference in these two teams right now, though, is defending. So 6 clean sheets for Palace and just the 1 all season for Manchester United. Ooh, be careful, youth. All right, this is the form for Palace. 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. So identical form in the last 5, just different, time. Man U did have the wins on the bounce, then 2 draws on the bounce, and now the loss to Everton at home. Bad result for them. Palace, as you can see, just up and down almost a little bit, but one mainstay of late has been the clean sheets, only giving up 1 to Arsenal, clean sheet against Brentford, clean sheet against Brighton, and a clean sheet away at the Molineux. So they really are hitting their stride defensively as of late. I think they had some Conference League clean sheets mixed in with those as well before falling to Strasbourg at the week this week. "32 times this match play in the league. Man U dominating it 19-6 with 7 draws. But the last time they played at Selhurst Park, it was a 0-0 draw. But the time before that, they were 4-0 winners over Manchester United. So both the one advantage that United would have this time that perhaps in years past they would have never had is they're not playing any European competition at the moment. So while Palace, their opponent, did play this week, they have been resting until this Sunday morning kickoff. So this was starting lineup last time. I think Cunha is still probably too soon for him with his head injury. So it's going to be interesting to see what my boy the name Amorim decides to do with the forward line. We saw in the second half he brought Mount on and put Diallo back in the kind of right wing back role, taking off Mazraoui. Will he just go with that more attacking setup of Diallo on the flank? I would like to think going to Selhurst Park is probably going to be a little more conservative. Another thing that we haven't seen that he might want to do in this game is give more of a pivot beside Casemiro, a more defensive-minded player, and just give Bruno the freedom to play a little higher up the park. He just seems married to the idea of Bruno playing in that midfield, and I don't know if that's the best thing, So we'll see if he does any kind of tweaks personnel-wise. But knowing Ruben Amorim, he's a stubborn dude, so I'm probably going to stick with Bruno and Casemiro until one of them leg drop off or something. But yeah, I think that would be the easiest change. And there's a Texas touchdown again. Let's go. Play like your uncle. Your uncles play like a Manning. So yeah, Manchester United, look, me not think them are going to Selhurst Park or do nothing. And that may I tell you. I can just see it now, like Delict chasing after Sarr, after Mateta hold him off and play through Sarr. The wing back them marauding down the flank. I just don't think I don't think Man U can match the energy that Palace are gonna bring in another game. Yeah, I swear. So I'm gonna go with a Crystal Palace win. I'm gonna go 2-0. I'm gonna go 2-0 Palace. More headache for the United fans, you know. All right, let's see what the people them think about that now. Gonna for life. Let me know for real, bro. Which score should I put? Cause I have you down for a Tottenham 3-1 winning. I'm gonna change it to the joke one where you send. Palace 1-all, so gonna for life. Fulham 2-1 say Apache. My name says Spurs. I got shit the bed again. Palace 1-0 say Duke. BBK agree. 2-0. Palace 2-1. Right. United 2-0. Man say United I got turn up on the day. CP losing to Chelsea C team. Touchdown Texas, we love that. 1-1 draw. Say coach. 3-1 Palace. Yeah, man. I true him father was the wide receiver, don't it? Yeah, man. Him father was the fastest too. Out of them three there. That makes sense. United 2, Palace 2. Gunners boss, what going to be the score in Tottenham, Fulham, and Palace United? Tell me. All right, next game. Moving along. How much time we have? All right, cool. We're doing decent. All right, so Villa and Wolves. Aston Villa really turning it around of late. You know, we're way down in the league about what 4 or 5 game weeks ago. But wins on the bounce will do that for you. So they have 4 out of 5 Wolves. Nobody wants to see that form. 5 losses out of 5. They're up to 10 losses on the season. No wins, 2 draws. So 13th game. Maybe it's a lucky number 13, but what a fixture to try and get your first win. Away to Villa Park is no easy game at all. They're up to 6 wins now, 3 drawn games, only 3 losses on the season. The goals now up to 15, so they've improved on that of late as well. They were really doing terrible at one point, but they're still super low. I think they're like third lowest in the league in XG. Wolves not far ahead of them with 11.43, but only 7 goals. So they're not only not creating much, but they're definitely not converting enough. Good conversion rate for Villa, probably the difference in the points and in the standings at this point. They have 4 clean sheets. Wolves, I think, the only team in the Prem right now with no clean sheets, I believe. I can't remember if that's right or not, but I think it is. You saw the 4 wins, the only loss coming at Anfield 2-0, which looks like a bad loss right now. Like, how are you losing to Liverpool at Anfield? 20 matches played, 7 wins for Wolves, 7 wins for Villa, and 6 drawn games. So this one, something has to give, unless it's a draw, and it'll be even, triple sevens, you know. Last time this match was played at this stadium, Villa got the better of them 3-1, September of last year. Let's see. So Wolves, this was their lineup. Don't think they have much options, you know. This is what they played last week. Maybe John Arias can start. Don't play 2 up top. He Chan Wang, maybe give him a start. He hasn't started much. Bellegarde can get a game. But yeah, Robert Edwards just got the job, so expect a lot of tinkering to begin with, just to kind of see who is who and what him can depend on. Aston Villa played last week, but I want to check who they used in midweek. That game was a little bit closer. Texas all of a sudden can't tackle. All right, so they played Europa midweek against Young Boys. That's the worst name in football. And he made changes. So Matson start, Lindelof, Bogard. Onana and Tilleman started but came off pretty early. Rogers started and Marlin started but came off pretty early. So yeah, he definitely coached this like, okay, we're going to have to rotate heavy. Sancho and Gesson, the ones that haven't been starting in the league, they start and play 90 minutes. So, and they did get that 2-1 victory. So all the rotation didn't hurt anything. And the one by Young Boys came super late in the game. So pretty much control that win. So yeah, Villa Park, no need to be crazy here. Villa Park, I could see Villa taking long to get it done though. Maybe starting off a little sluggish because it's Wolves. But they go in at halftime, Emmerich bust them, they come out and score goals. So I'm gonna say 3-1 only because for whatever reason, Villa don't keep the concentration enough for me to keep a clean sheet. So 3-1 Aston Villa. Look for Morgan Rogers to continue his, Oh, his mom was fast? Mad. Never know. I just know Cooper was the wide receiver and I know he was faster than him brother them. Villa 3-1. I think this where did it say for Palace and United? You never said nothing, you just tell me about CP losing to Chelsea C team. So I don't know. What we put for that? 2-0 Villa. Boy T, I don't know. I just feel like Emmy keep more while like him no business. He met the man them concede last week. Liverpool 3-1. Villa 2-0. Apache can't wait for say Liverpool are winning, man. Not even reach just yet. It's alright. I write down your Liverpool 3-1 Apache. Exactly. Exactly. That be that thing, yes. That cousin was a big time running back for the Longhorns, 87 to 90. Chris Samuels, mad. Bless up Jason, just pass through, dropping my picks and smash the like button. Big up Joseph. Every single time, bro. Hope all is well. Hope you're safe. He's a traveling man. So hope if you're on the move, you're safe, Big up yourself, man, every time. Long support. I really respect the support, bro. Villa 1-0. Biro G. Golden in a building. 3-1. Jagan Sevilla. Jagan say, yo, the pick they sound perfect. Let me just teeth it. All right, I have Joseph right down up here. So from time. So let's see. Brentford, Burnley 3-0. Okay, so then I'm going to beat them 2-1. All right, fair. Respect my G. Villa 2-0, said Duke. What I not understand is hold on. I now watch the game from the live part of the game. How this man know the future? I thought about 35 seconds left. Oh, maybe it mean for right 3:35 remaining. Okay. So hold on. Oh, A&M not for reach the championship, still with one loss in the SEC, and Bamana lose 2 times now, or just 1 time them lose. So the one last team them it come down to strength of schedule. Wow, some madness. Villa 3 loves a game birds. All right, moving on. Moving on to the next one. Another game at 9:05. So actually 3 games this time. So Forest and Brighton. Look at the difference in the league table. Brighton much more goals, 19 to 30. You see the XG as well. So Forest need to improve the finishing. That's good. Outperforming the XG by at least 1. That's good. 2 clean sheets and 1 clean sheet. So neither one of these teams really done a great job with the clean sheets. The first clean sheet of the season actually coming at Anfield 3-0 last time out. And Sean Dyche would love that. Somebody that would highly value these clean sheets. And one of the clean sheets for Brighton came 2 games ago against Crystal Palace. And they did have 2 in a row with Leeds and Crystal Palace. So they're trending better in terms of their defending of late. But let's see what will happen here. Nottingham Forest hosting Brighton and Hove. Forest did have a game on Thursday in the Europa League, but they are doing a good job so far from what I've seen of rotating the squad. Um, they actually have a decent amount of squad depth this season. I think the ownership there did a good job of just making sure that they wouldn't have to overdo it playing players every single game. The only thing that I think was a bit of an issue, maybe the back line could have had a few more pieces to add. He played Maria at left back during the week and he had to leave the game with an injury. And he's, probable to play on the weekend, but we'll probably have to do a little bit of recovery to get back in time to start. Hopefully he does, because I picked him up in a few draft leagues this week. So the plan is for him to start. I freaking hope that he starts. Because I just have a feeling that this game could be a little stalemate-ish. I just feel like it's gonna be extremes. It's either like 0-0 or like 2-2 or 3-2 or something like that. I'm not really sure exactly how it's gonna go, but I see a low scoring draw or like just a high scoring draw. And I see and I'll actually like I think I like a low scoring draw more. So whether it's 0-0 or 1-1, I'll decide in a second. But let's just take a look real quick at the overall things, the form table. You see Brighton and Forest there. 6 times this match play, very even. 2 wins, and 2 draws. But both of the wins for Forest came when they played them at home. But Brighton do have an away win as well. Last time they played them, here is one to forget for Brighton, a 7-0 win. Back when Nuno had them flying last season. Definitely challenging at that point for a Champions League place, which, something that you probably could have never predicted going into last year. So, look, I'm going to go with a 1-1. I do think that both teams will offer a threat in this game, but I'm just going to say 1-1 just because I think maybe both teams maybe don't capitalize on a few chances and it just ends up being a stalemate. But I think it will be a good game though. I think both teams are playing decent right now, so yeah, I think it'll be a good game. But I do see it ending in a draw. See what the people think out there. I fuck with you, but that's cool. But game birds, I got you 3-0. All right, cool. Okay, cool. But when it was East and West, it was just easier, you know. Shanda is 3-1. BBK so 1-1 as well. Brighton 2-1. I may have a Liverpool 3-1 already. Forest 2, Brighton 1. Forest 2-1, Sabiro G. Forest 2-1, Duke. Coach say 1-0. Coach, I miss whole heap of scoring, man. Brentford, Burnley, City, Leeds, Sunderland, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Wolves, West Ham 1, Liverpool 0. Man say Liverpool done. Arnie Slot out. Jaja. All right, West Ham, Liverpool people. You know what's going on right now. The form team is West Ham, so you have to go with them, right? Unbeaten in 3, 2 wins and a draw. Liverpool have 4 losses surrounding a 2-0 win at home. Away from home, last 2 times they've lost to Brentford, lost to City. Now they travel to West Ham in probably West Ham's best run of form this season. Up to 3 wins now, out of the relegation zone, albeit just by goal difference, but they're out of it. 58 times this match playing the league, and it's been dominant for Liverpool. 37 wins, 10 wins for West Ham, 9 of them coming at home. So clearly their chances increase tenfold if they play this team at home, and they should increase even more based on the problems that Liverpool been having of late. Now, they did play in midweek and they lost 4-1 to PSV. Yes, I said PSV, not PSG. And in this game, Ekitike had to come off injured. We heard the coach talk about it not being a big issue, but let's see. Isak should be fit, but does the coach want to play Isak? We don't know. Salah, Soboslai, Gakpo, McAllister, Gravenberg all played 90 minutes against PSV in the week. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, they don't really have that strength of depth in the midfield or really pretty much anywhere right now. Frimpong, Verts, Connor Bradley all out. Verts, the only one of those 3, I think, have a chance to be back. Maybe Connor Bradley as well. But yeah, they need them. And I just don't think that West Ham is going to just fall over. Now, the only thing I will say, West Ham need to be a little more brave. I know that's not really Nuno style, but I just feel like when you smell blood like a team like Liverpool here, you might need to just play a little bit outside of your comfort zone and take it to them. Don't be ridiculous, but at the same time, don't sit back and just try defend and counter only. Like you can actually go at them. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't think Slot. Look, man, I'm going with a Nuno masterclass, people. I'm gonna say West Ham 2, Liverpool 1. Yep. I'm gonna be sick. Fans are going to be sick. Okay, so Richard Edwards dropped some score for me. Thank you, boss. Man City leads 3-1. Brentford 2, Burnley 1. Villa 3, Wolves 0. And the Sunderland 1, 0-0. All right, cool. So I have the rest of them now. DJ Shatter NSC. They say at least 2 of them collect, eh? A true, man. From where they are true. Biro G said 3-1 Liverpool. Man said it. The streak is over. Win a game. Sunderland 0-0. Got that. West Ham 2-all. Yeah, I was BBK. I was almost there with you with the 2-all, man. But I get none of the edge, man. DJ Shatta Hennessy go all in. 3-0. Because they used to beat the Man U previous coach. I don't think the Liverpool coach had the same treatment because they even mentioned that they were from the same country. Liverpool 1-all, said Duke. Yeah, the draw is a safe pick, man. But I don't know. All right, no worries, my G. No worries, my G. Me check the IG. Big up yourself. Tony says City 2-0. All right, big up yourself, Tony Kidvaski in the building. Tony Kidvaski dropping the scores. So we're going to add Tony K to the mix. City 2-0. Jagan say 2-1 Brighton. And 2-1 Liverpool. All right, got them. The Tony K picks them then now. 3-1 Liverpool, him say. You're in Ireland. Big up yourself, mate. Yeah, man, drop the whole of the scores them for all Liverpool. Was that on purpose? Let me know. Van Dijk, 1 goal. 2-1 Liverpool. All right. Yo, drop all 10 scores, Tony K, man. Tony Kidvaski, drop all 10 scores. And then Sunday night, I will reveal if you won or not. But don't finish last, though. All right, the big one, people. Chelsea versus Arsenal. Big one. Father versus son. Father versus son, people. You know, my pops is a big Chelsea fan. It's literally the house divided, you know. First and second, 2 more wins for Arsenal. That is the difference in the points. It's a 6-point gap right now. Of course, if that becomes 8 wins and 2 losses for Arsenal, it will be a 3-point gap, which is what Chelsea would love. Arsenal have scored 1 more goal, so very, very close there. You see the XG, Chelsea slightly more at 22.47, Arsenal at 21.26, and 7 clean sheets for Arsenal and 6 for Chelsea. That's the big difference this season for them. Still don't think the defense has the personnel they need, but the performances have definitely improved. And they have, look at that. Of the last 5 games, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 clean sheets out of 5. So that's really, really good for them. And Arsenal can't keep a clean sheet from where they, not in the Champions League, not in the last 2 Premier League fixtures either. So yeah, can we get back to the clean sheets tomorrow is the question. It's going to be difficult to do so at the Bridge. You see the match is played 66 times in the league, 27 wins to Arsenal, 20 to Chelsea with 19 drawn games. So very, very even over the years. You see the games lately, besides that 5-0, have been pretty close. 3-1 was a bit flattering. How did this one go again in May? Oh, we just blitzed them in the first half. Yeah. This 2-all was when I think Rice, when he gifted us the game basically, because they played better than us in that game. This 1-all in November in 2024. This game came in a bad run of fixtures for us. It was like the 4th straight game we never win or something like that. But yeah, the key really is what the teams look like based on what I saw in the midweek. So this was the Premier League match last week. We saw in the Champions League, Neto of this front 4 was the only one to start and play the whole game, I think, or he did come off at some point, but he started. Enzo was another one that started again in the Champions League against Barca. He dropped Santos to the bench, played Reece from the start against Barcelona, but he came off by halftime. Tosin was on the bench against Barca. Chalaba played and Cucurella played. So those were the guys that actually played again, and Sanchez, of course. So he did a lot of rotation for that midweek game. Estevao, Garnacho, Malagusto started against Barca. So did Moise Caicedo, who was benched last week. So, he's kind of like prioritized Barcelona, Arsenal. Whereas I think Arsenal, and I said this last week on the show, one thing that I like in the favor of Chelsea, besides them being at home, is that they really had that Burnley game to start the week that the coach really could look at and say, okay, let me not really overdo it. This is the game where I'll find minutes for the others. The Gittins of the world, the Santos of the world, the Tosins of the world who haven't really been playing as much of late, the Laps of the world, right? Um, Whereas Arsenal, I think for the three games, the Tottenham, London derby, the Bayern, and now the Chelsea game, we haven't been able to really rotate per se. Just because I think the three opponents were a little bit better than, say, Burnley compared to the other opponents that we had in the week. Now, this was Arsenal's lineup against Spurs last week. And like I said, Raya, he started in midweek against Bayern. So did Saliba. So did Timber. Nkapie was rested. And Mosquera came in. Calafiori was rested. Skelly came in, but Calafiori came in the second half, did really well. Rice and Zubimendi are the two that I think I worry about in this Chelsea game. Like, it would be, one of those games where one of them two go into a challenge and they don't get out of it, or they even go for a sprint and they don't like what they feel somewhere in a muscle. That I would think they're approaching those levels now. So hopefully they recovered really well from the Bayern game. I guess the one positive is we haven't left London this week, because we hosted the North London derby, we hosted Bayern, and we got to go down the road basically to go to Chelsea. So that's one positive of all these games coming back to back to back. They're all in London. Saka, Eze, Trossard, Marino. Now, for me, this was the same four that started in the Bayern game. We saw Saka come off about 70 odd minutes, which was good. We saw Eze come off as well for Odegaard, who is back. And we saw Martinelli come on for Trossard, who had to come off. So I feel like the one at the left side will probably be a little different. And I think the biggest call, I think, on the day, I don't think Eze over Odegaard is that big a call because Odegaard is just coming back. But I think the biggest call is at left centre back. Will he go with Hincapie? We went with against Spurs. I thought was brilliant. Will he go with Mosquera? We went with against Bayern, where I also thought was brilliant. So I don't know. That to me is a tough call for the coach because I think both of them did well, playing in substitution of Gabriel, who is out right now. And I don't know which one tactically works better. No, I actually prefer Nkapie as the partner because I think he's more like Gabriel Magalhaes in terms of his robustness, the way he kind of goes into challenges, just his overall mentality as a defender. I think Mosquera is a bit more similar to Saliba in a way. More Rose Royce-ish, more timing defender, where Nkapie is more like, he still has timing, but there's a lot of force involved, kind of more similar to Gabriel. So I like the balance of Saliba kind of more reading. If you noticed, even in the Bayern game, I felt like Saliba took it on himself to be more of the aggressive one because he kind of knows Mosquera is a little more reserved. So it's good to see that Saliba thinks he has that in his game as well, which is good. Maybe that's a part of his evolution into a much more complete defender. So yeah, that would be nice to see if that continues or not. But I feel like in terms of rotation, Maresca is more prepared for this game than we are. But I think a part of that, not just because Arteta does hate rotating, I just think that our first game of the week against Spurs was a much more difficult game than their trip to Turf Moor. And I think that's contributed to the lack of rotation, let's say, going into this last game. But look, it ain't about none of that. I think in this kind of game against Chelsea, adrenaline will push most of the players through. So yeah, I just feel like they'll be okay regardless of who is like approaching that red line. We have a midweek fixture next week, and once that arrives, then we can see how we can rotate. But this game ain't the game. But yeah, if I had to predict though, I think I think Arsenal will go Ryan goal, Timber right back, Calafiori left back, Saliba. I think Nkapie comes back in to play left centre back. We have Rice, we have Zubimendi. Then we'll have Eza, uh, Noni, Saka, and Merino up front. That's I think the coach can go with right there. And hopefully the coach don't just say Noni on the left all day. If Saka and him play wing, please let them rotate sometimes. Don't keep Noni on the left the entire time. Please. Please. That's my one advice for you, Arteta. Please. All right, so I know all of them are going to check in, but that one, you know. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 1, say coach. My gosh. Once a while we get turned over the bridge. League nice again. Van Dijk own goal would be hilarious. It might happen. All right, Brentford 2-0, said Tony. A lot of people went for Brentford, you know, man. Hammers 2-1 again, birds. Wow. You're brave like me. I think you did, you know. Yeah, you did. You said 2-all. You did. Sunderland 2-1. Your respect for in order really helps. Tony, rate the scoreline there. Don't know if it will happen, but I love it. 2-1. Biro G said 2-1 to the Chelsea. Everton, Newcastle 1-1. If Odegaard scores, Chelsea 3, Arsenal 1. If not, Chelsea 3, Arsenal. What? That is true, BBK. That is true. But against that same relegation fodder, they used to give up goals. So after, you know, they don't keep clean sheets like that last year. That was their demise. Against everybody, them give up goals. Tottenham 2-1. Well, Barcelona ain't relegation fodder. So, I mean, you know, they did beat them 3-0 the other day. Tottenham 2-1. Palace 2-1. Oh, Tony, I move like him more forward and just win the damn prediction trophy. So, good luck, my boss. Yeah, we love that, Gunners boss. We love that. Chelsea 3-1. Channel Game Birds. Gunner for life. You don't have the last four. So, Aston Villa, Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Brighton, West Ham, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. Yeah, for me, this Chelsea Arsenal game, right? I'm gonna give him a pick yet. But to me, it's gonna come down to the blueprint was set against Bayern Munich. Chelsea, why they were so effective against Barcelona? They just out physical Barcelona. The transitions were too fast. The duels, they won everything. They won all the second balls. They ain't doing that against Arsenal. So that's not going to be the reason if they beat us, why they would beat us. For me, the main reason would be Arteta never triggers that pressing game. If you notice in the Bayern game, he kind of played cautiously for the first 15-20 minutes. And then once he told them to man-to-man press, told Mosquera and Saliba, I don't care how far Hurricane dropped, just follow him. Once we went into that mode, that was awesome. And I think that if Maresca watches that game, what if I was Arteta, you know what I would do? When the game start, I would do that. Instead of giving them the 15-20 to get comfortable in the game, I remember, you know, this is at the Bridge. This isn't at the Emirates, where they will just relax and let the game play out in the first 15-20. If they come out and we sit like we did against Bayern, where we did a press at first, and if they made 3 passes in a row and we didn't win the ball, we just drop back into a mid to low block. We can't do that against Chelsea. We should flip that tactic. First 15-20 minutes, pressure them, man to man, all over the field. And them say, blow us. So the man you play, let them start to feel uncomfortable from early. And then 15, 20 minutes in, you drop back into that, what you were doing in the beginning of the Bayern game. Press them early, try force a mistake because you know Sanchez still playing. So just take the chance and press early. If they beat that first press, drop into your block. Simple. Arteta, take it from a man where I study the thing, brother. Yeah, I study it too, but you nah study it like me. Nah, joke. I bet him come with something like that. When you see it, you know, when you say, Bombard, oh, Arsenal press them so early. Just know, man, study this blood. All right, man, I'll put down the 3-2 in a shot of Hennessy because Odegaard now start. I can tell you that. Because it was 3-1 when the show started, you know. And it reached 3-2 now. Gun them gunners. This is a Bob Marley them I get. That's what I hot. 1-0 at the bridge. Yo, me hear you say this from BBK show too, you know. Why you think Saliba gonna get a red card, brother? Every game Chelsea play, we rotate minimum 5. That's true. We're gonna have about 58 players, so you might as well. 2-1 Arsenal. What a score line. Jeez and peas. No man, you're good, man. You're good, man. When you reach, you reach. So respect for the prediction same way. 3-1 Arsenal. Bam 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 bam. Skull, you know how long me I wonder where you them, bro. I can't see chilling either. 3-1. I think that NPT stand for no pussy test. Maybe. BBK Sports said 2-1 to the Arsenal. All right, so I'm going more. It will be 2-1. Chelsea will be going for it, and the old Martinelli counter-attack to make it 3-1 to the Gunners. I do think that Chelsea will get a goal, sad to say. But 3-1 Gunners, people. 3-1, another statement. And all they will say is it's only December. Just wait till whatever. Because before it was only September. Well, no, not then. But by October, and it's only October, then November. Oh, you'll buck your toe in November with these games. It's the last of that buck toe left. So if we clear this one, just goalpost, just slide down a few months again. Rough doesn't fit Saliba. I'm almost the Bayern. Just rewatch the match and Enzo is gonna frustrate him. We shall see, DJ Shatta NSC. That sounds more like wishful thinking, but it's all good. No, I know he's the rough one. But I'm just saying, like in the last game against Bayern, it's a different aggression in the duels with Saliba that I normally see. As like I say, he's usually the one that want to do everything nice and pretty and barely touch the ball and get it and flick it around you and then, do something nice and the crowd real. So let's see. Honestly, wish Arsenal signed cover for Zubi and Rice's. No, you just don't rate the cover we have. But them have cover. You just not rate them. Because to me, Lewis Kelly is cover. You have Calafiori and Nkapie as left backs. Lewis Kelly don't have to play left back. Play him in freaking midfield, bro. If you want to give Zubi a rest or Rice a rest, you play him there in the deep role as one of the two, holders or whatever you want to call it. Bro, I don't want to see Saliba get the card though. The man tough your fuck. 100% sure I wish Gappy played. Wait a second, because you'd have been saying him would have get the red. What? What, Daily? You must be crazy. Yeah, man, him that move mad, brother. I tell you, the man did not move away like him possessed for to make nothing happen in the game there. If you notice the goal we could concede, he was nowhere near that, man. Because me feel say anyhow him, him go back, go block the ball at the cross or something, Where say a second team, cha. don't know how you can do that. How Arsenal is your first team and I mean Chelsea is your first team and Arsenal is your second team. That's too close. Like that's too, at least have a second team from another country or something. But in the same league, no, them not watch it. It's all right. Arsenal wins the league, losing to Chelsea. Okay. So you say, even though we're going to lose tomorrow, we still win the league. All right. You see, through me, see my team don't win the league only by time the last few years. Any opportunity me have to stretch out my lead, brother, man. Want to take it, man. So this team is the closest to us. We need to fucking beat them. Yeah, man. Arteta, you have to give him props. I thought tactically he was on point, bro. The man know when to trigger the press. He met the sub them at the right time. The man take off Saka in a game. Like G's and P's, him take off Saka. I was just watching BBK Sports. Big up to BBK. If you don't subscribe, please go over there and give him a strength. Great football mind as well. Break down the game, them great. Great retention of what happened. So yeah, really, I enjoy his content fully. But he was just talking about how, Arteta tactically, and him is a man where, him no rush to give Arteta no praise. But he did say how pleased he was that Saka came off, how surprised he was, and I agree with him. I mean, Saka should have come off, and he did, and that could be the difference in a fresh Saka for this game. Just giving him that extra 25 minutes of not having to play. Yeah, bro. You, cha-cha. People, brilliant show. Full joy bringing it to you guys. FPL, I ain't showing nothing. I'm going to pick a team that's going to make a rotted week. Just watch. Sunday, I'm going to get to see what I decide to do with that. But people, we have forwarded to the end of another classic EPL preview show. Big games on deck this week. But the biggest of them all, including my team, Arsenal, headed to Stamford Bridge. Both teams are very, 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 very confident going into this game. So it should be a very good one. Both teams getting a little bit of some injured players back. A big injury return in Cole Palmer. Will he start? We're not sure. Who will Arteta decide to play on the left? Who starts at left centre back? These are the questions that will be answered on Sunday, but I suspect it will be a really great game with two coaches that I think are on the upward trajectory as coaches in the game, both very, very proficient tactically. And let's see which one of them comes up with the better game plan on Sunday. Yeah, man. Big up to each and every one of you who tuned in. All of you who tuned in from Shirley, Una legend, all of you who arrived late. Also some legend. Ball pre, if you want to drop your 10 scores in the comment section when the video is done, please do so, my G. And let's see if your ball knowledge is where you say it is. I see already you're making a blunder saying Chelsea will win the game 2-1. But let's see. Let's see who is wrong and who is right. There. Oh my gosh, is Anthony Taylor ref in the game? G's and P's. Oh my gosh. Well, I can guarantee you, Sunday night we're going to talk about some madness what Anthony Taylor doing at this damn game. Yeah. I can get, G's and P's. G's and P's, Red Skull. Yo, Anthony Taylor is like, all right. God, just make the game play. The two sides them play good. Just don't make Anthony Taylor want to be the star of the game. Please. Just let the man just ref and relax himself. I beg on. Please. Yeah, bro. Anything can play. Anything can play. We can lose. Anything can play. Anthony Taylor is a real shithouse. I swear. They're all shithouses, but Anthony Taylor, bro, because him is like the man in England, him just want to be the star all the time. And that we can't take with him. Anyway, people, I get upset as I think about Anthony Taylor in this game Sunday. But people, as I say, the world is some legend. Anybody will pass through, drop a like on the video. Anybody will subscribe tonight, Tony Kivaski, big up yourself over in Ireland. It might be a crazy time for you to be watching my content, but you can always watch it on the replay. Subscribe. I do the preview and the review for the EPL every single week. So yeah, man, if you like what you saw tonight, you can forward again. And I also cover Jamaica football as well. Reggae Girls tomorrow, 2 p.m. Won't be able to do the damn stream, but in the night we'll forward and give you a recap. Just to let you guys know how that one went if you didn't get to watch it. If you want to find out how to, it will be on YouTube tomorrow. Just go to CONCACAF. It will be at 2 p.m. So yeah, man, I'm gonna watch. Give them a strength. I think they should be able to handle it pretty well, but I am looking to see some of the senior players back in playing under this coach, see what kind of tactics him come with against a side that's definitely going to be sitting behind the ball and hoping to break. They won't offer too much threat going against us. So let's see how we look in attack. We're going to have plenty of opportunity to attack. So yeah, man, Reggae Girls fans, Jamaica fans, tomorrow, 2 o'clock, tune into YouTube and watch the Reggae Girls get their campaign on the road to that 2027 World Cup, looking to go to 3 straight Women's World Cups. What a feat that would be. Yeah, man. So big up each and everyone again. I'm Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. And Pops, them dead. Chelsea,